Episode 55, the episode dedicated to Brandon. Thank you all for listening to episode 54, Beef Chamber, How to Eliminate a Valentine. I'm Gary, here with my co-hosts.
Colonel Sanders.
And?
Wow, KFC is pretty good. I do like KFC. Brandon, by the way.
Yeah, Brandon.
I don't have some fancy, restaurant name to call myself.
I just wanted to throw you off today.
Bob Evans. How
It
about
worked.
that? Bob Evans.
If we didn't say something, you would have sat there for the next probably 20 minutes thinking of what to say.
You probably would have.
Or tried to order like a 10-piece.
Yeah.
No.
Are they still $1.49 at Burger King?
For what?
10-piece chicken nuggets.
I don't know. They were $1 last time. No, the Nashville Hot. No, that's some good stuff.
I like
there.
the Carolina Gold better. In my opinion.
Haven't had that.
Oh, that's good.
Haven't had that.
Good stuff.
The
dip it in the mashed potatoes. Mm-hmm.
See, now you're making me hungry.
I'm just saying it. Now I'm making myself hungry. It sounds delicious, though.
And notice we don't have gummy bears. So we ran out of those 6 pounds of gummy bears in 3 weeks. That's great. Brandon, can you tell people why we're dedicating this episode to you? I know that kind of surprised you. Episode 55.
Oh, yeah. That was my high school number.
We just talked about it right before the show.
1 minute ago.
And he looks at me dumbfounded when I say dedicated to Brandon.
You said the show, thank you for listening, the show that was dedicated to Brandon, and then you said the name of the show on
No, I said
Sunday. So
episode 55.
Very confused.
I said episode 55, the show dedicated to Brandon. Thank you for listening to 54,
Okay,
Beef
sorry.
Chamber.
I was
How to
thrown off
eliminate
guard.
Valentine.
Really thrown off guard there.
So, I'm sorry. But thank you to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out at Wes Anderson Music on Facebook. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thanks to All Wear Clothing, the first primary sponsor of OTL Sports Podcast. Thanks to Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. Call them 419-704-5471. They serve the Toledo and surrounding area and not
Venice Beach, California.
Venice Beach.
Good.
Isn't that where Hogan was from?
There you go.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it. And
I said that just because I was scrolling through MSN here, and they're doing
The
a
news?
biopic with him.
don't save that for wrestling.
You
I
want-
got
well-
that. Oh, you can talk about
Well,
it.
I mean, yeah, but it's already been announced.
Yeah,
Yeah, mine as well. Chris Hemsworth going to
Yeah,
be the
Thor
lead.
is gonna be Hulk Hogan.
He's going to be Hulk Hogan
in a biopic of Hogan.
Yeah.
Nice. I was going to save this for Sunday as well, but I forgot. I mean, I know I'm going to forget it. But I was listening to
Why don't you write it down?
I should have,
Like
but
a
I was
sticky
driving. I was driving, so I don't
You're
text or
driving
drive.
right now?
No, I
Okay,
said
so
I was.
So you could write it down and save it.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll do this now. Okay, so I was listening to the Rich Eisen show on the way home, and he had Chris Jericho on, and he was talking about they were talking about something, and he asked him he said tell us about your birthday. There's something about your birthday, and he said he went to back in like '94. He went from Mexico to Japan on his birthday, so he could celebrate his birthday, and then came back to Mexico so he could celebrate his birthday on the same day. So he had 48 hours to celebrate his birthday.
That's smart.
Yeah, he, speaking of Jericho, we can save it for wrestling too, but might as well bring it up. The Jericho Cruise, I looked at prices today. You can get the owner's penthouse, which is the highest thing. If you have a group of 4, it's like $2,000 a person. That's it. For the owner's penthouse on the boat.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. I think
But I
the
wouldn't
tickets.
spend it.
No,
No,
I think
yeah.
a ticket's like $500, right?
Yeah, like
4 days.
for an interior room.
For
yeah.
interior room, and you can get some with like where you can see the ocean, and it's like
The balcony, yeah.
after tax and,
like
and
$800,
fees, it's like $800. Yeah,
Cruises
Which
are
isn't bad.
cheap. Cruises are nice vacations.
It would be fine, but you got to get to Miami to get out, which is the problem.
Yeah, flights aren't that bad to Miami,
No,
though.
not bad. And it would be fun, but I'm like, I sat there and thought about it. I'm like, maybe in a few years, because if you go, it's like 95% dudes. And I saw some of the video from last year. They showed it on, Chris Jericho's Cruise website, and it looks fun. Like they had the ring is right in the center, like outside on the boat, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And it would be a lot of fun to see. And now it's AEW, which, it would, with AEW, it'd be a lot of fun.
I guess I have a different mindset. I mean, obviously, I would take my wife, so I'd be fine in that category.
Well, yeah.
But I would go
take
there to
somebody.
see,
It'd still be 95% dudes in 3 years, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I don't
All
care. I'd be there to watch,
Didn't say if you cared or not.
I'd be there to watch wrestling and all those other people. So
Just making a statement.
And you're gonna have like Jericho's gonna be there. You're gonna have podcasts on there. You're gonna
or have
have
DDP go back.
yeah,
to DDP.
a lot of fun stuff, signings and everything.
Would you go to that, or would you skip it?
Oh, I'd definitely go to that.
Did you tell him you do it like once a month?
No, I do it. I do.
When
it
was the
more
last
than
time
once
you did DDP yoga?
That brings back a throwback. What are you sitting at now, buddy?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I have to get back to you next week.
All right.
For both?
For my weight, yeah. Right now, no, I don't know what I'm at. But
the
DDP yoga, I think Friday we did it.
That's awesome. You and the wife like it. So we got to thank the rest of our sponsors. Verizon, true technology business partner, helps local businesses deploy technologies that positively impact operations and can increase revenue for the company. At Verizon, we do not wait for the future, we build it. Go to the website, get in touch with a sales rep in your area. Thank you to PNC. Visit Cassandra at PNC, who will help you with your banking needs, whether it be loans, credit cards, personal banking. She's there to help. Give her a call, 419-877-0634. And then also Charlie's Dodge. Visit Ben Meyer. Give him a call, 419-893-0241. Of course, with all these, mention Over the Line Sports Podcast. I haven't seen anything from Justin on the Twitter, so we can go right into college basketball. So Tennessee got smoked by Kentucky.
Yeah, they
was
did
it
like
18?
20?
18 or 20?
It was a lot, yeah.
So now the updated standings, Duke, I think I forecasted this just a week too early. Duke is number 1 now. Gonzaga's 2, Virginia 3, Kentucky 4, Tennessee 5, Nevada up to 6, Michigan 7th, North Carolina 8.
Speaking of that, do you know that game tonight is getting like Super Bowl ticket worth? I mean,
I have that in the notes. Yeah, we can talk about it now.
Ridiculous.
It's $2,500 for a ticket.
Which is ridiculous.
Somebody spent $10,600 for a
saw
ticket.
that.
I saw that today.
It was probably
insane.
Drake.
Right. Houston, they're at 9. Michigan State's at 10, and they just lost Nick Ward for 4 to 5 weeks, and they got Michigan this weekend. Not going to look pretty. Marquette at 11, Kansas at 12, LSU 13, Texas Tech, Purdue, Florida State, Villanova, Louisville, Iowa State, and V-Tech round out the top 20. And then at 21, you got Iowa, then Wisconsin, Kansas State, Maryland, and Buffalo. And others receiving votes, Cincinnati, 26, Wofford, 27,
Wofford.
Auburn, Washington, Mississippi State, St. John's, Yale, and Ole Miss.
Yeah, some of those guys will probably get in. I know Iowa lost the other day. Who else lost? I'm trying to think.
Ohio State.
Ohio State lost. What are they like?
Twice.
Are they like 18-9 or 18-10 now?
Yeah, something like that. They losing to Illinois at home, that hurt. That really hurt. Losing to Michigan State on the road isn't bad, but losing to Illinois at home, that was rough.
Hey, at least you guys got a winning record, you know. Notre Dame's 13-13, so hello NIT.
I mean, if they make it to
Yeah,
the NIT.
If they make it.
I mean, yeah, right now Ohio State is going to be one of those bubble teams, and it's fine. Next year they have the top recruiting class coming in, so I'm not too concerned about this year. It'll be about how the young guys play this year and go into next year, but yeah, we'll see. Duke. I mean, going into Duke and North Carolina tonight, it's in Duke. A lot of the times, it seems like over the last 5-10 years, the home teams won this, and it seems like they normally split.
Which I was going to save this.
I think Duke's going to kill them.
They are.
I was going to save this for later, but since you brought up
It's
the
like
ticket
70 to 69 or something like that.
yeah, they're so all time
North Carolina.
they played each other since 1976-77. Duke has 51 wins. North Carolina has 52. Okay. 1 win different. They're about to be tied. Duke leads in the points overall by 3. That's it.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. And something I saw about Zion Williamson. Did you see this? He gained over 100 pounds in 2 years in high school.
Jeez,
As a freshman, he was 6'3" and 175, and he put on 100. I saw some stats that he's bigger than anybody in the NBA but like one person. I can't remember who it was.
Probably LeBron.
No, it's not LeBron.
LeBron's walking around like 286 now, they said.
That was a rumor.
Yeah, he's got to be. He's slim.
Said it messed up his cardio when he tore his groin or whatever.
I can't remember who it said he was just smaller than, but he's bigger than, like, it showed guys he's bigger than Gronk, and then it put like 2 of the gymnasts and somebody else.
Did you see what Dabo said? I might put him in at quarterback. Did you see him throw a ball, honestly? Did you see that video? Oh, my gosh. It was like 70 yards in the air. It was insane.
Well, but he probably doesn't have the talent that.
No, but they just showed him a high school video of him throwing a ball, and it went literally like 70 yards.
So, we just had the All-Star break for the NBA. Team LeBron won, I think, 178 to 164 over Team Greek Freak. Mm-hmm. So pretty interesting. Of course, there's no defense ever in that game. No, that's why it's so high scoring.
I didn't watch one second.
No, not of the All-Star game now.
Nope.
I watched the slam dunk contest and the 3-point shootout. That was sorry, I missed the 3-point shootout. I caught the last I think I caught the second round and on of the slam dunk contest. I asked for it at the bar, and some guys like, I don't want to watch a real sport. I'm like, college basketball is on. I'm switching it to the NBA slam dunk contest. There's not much of a difference.
So did you see the skills competition?
No.
They showed that, and then Tatum won Like the guy was ahead of him to just make a
yeah,
shot, and Tatum shot it from half court.
Yeah, I did
and
see
banked
that.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I saw the highlight.
Well, before NBA, since we keep talking about Duke and North Carolina, I found a fun thing today that I wanted to go over with you guys that would be fun for us to kind of cover, and it's just a little fun thing. I'll probably have to show you guys so that you can see how much money there is. So they have pick your all-time. You might have seen this, Duke, North Carolina starting five.
I actually put it in. If you're on that,
Yep.
Yeah, I actually put mine in.
So
I think I tagged
Did you take
Andy
one
in it.
from each?
No,
No,
no.
neither did I. So
Let me pull mine up. Hold on a second.
yeah, so Brandon, I'll tell you.
I'll have to come up with my own.
Okay, Brandon, I'll tell you. $1, Rasheed Wallace, James Worthy, Jason Tatum.
Brandon's not going to be able to do this. He's just going to need to pull it up. That's
Wait, say that again.
Here, I'll tell you what. I'll send it to you.
You said Rashweed?
I'll send it to you.
Did you say Ratchweed?
Rash.
Rashid.
He's
Rasheed.
When he played for Detroit, that's what his
Sheed.
nickname was.
Sheed.
Okay.
Threed.
Because he was suspended like 4 times because he couldn't
All right.
put down the joint.
So I'll tell you what I had. Yes, I did not do that either in the layers. Brandon, I just sent it to you in a text. So for me, go ahead, Bear.
We'll see how. No, go ahead. I want to see how even or how well we picked together. Go ahead.
I think I used. Did I use? No. Yeah, I think I used $14 actually. So I went Jordan,
Obviously.
Zion.
Okay.
So that was $10, and then I took Kyrie,
Okay. So we're so far the same.
and then Tatum and Worthy.
Nope. Okay. So that's where you lost me. So Jordan, Zion, and Kyrie were my first 3. And then I had Grant Hill, who was amazing,
Very good.
and Rasheed.
Good.
That
See,
rounds out because Sheed could play the 5.
Yep.
Zion can play 4. Kyrie can play 2. Or I'm sorry, the 1. Jordan could play the 2, and Hill could play the 3. A lot of those guys could intermingle
I was thinking the
out,
same thing. I was
but-
thinking Zion at the 5. You could put Jordan at the 2 or 3, like you said. Kyrie at the 1, Tatum at the 3, and then Worthy at the 4. Worthy, I was shocked, was only $1. I was
Yeah, it
like,
doesn't
really?
make sense.
But
And-
Brandon, what do you think, buddy?
And Tyler
I got-
Hansborough is 4, so.
Right.
Yeah, I got I was a little confused when you first said this because I thought it was all-time Duke starting 5 versus all-time
No.
North Carolina
Like,
starting
you
5.
you
So
pick five people.
I was ready to
and
hash out my Duke.
Don't say
North
5
Carolina.
guys because then Brandon will get hungry again.
So, okay, what if we
Oh,
were going?
man. Yeah,
what if you were
that
going
was
in the Bear in the order? So, for the $1, if you had to take a guy from each thing, Bear.
Hold on a second. Let me pull it back up.
You want my top 5?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, my starting 5 would Joe.
Remember, $15.
Yeah, Joe Worthy,
James
James
Worthy?
Worthy. Okay,
James
you're already
Worthy.
off to a bad start. Thank you.
James Worthy.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I know who James Worthy is. I'm sorry, I just pronounced his name wrong.
Joe Worthy.
Right,
pronounce
Joe
it wrong.
James.
You just said it
Sorry,
I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah, you
Hey,
pronounce
how do you
it
say
wrong.
this
I
word?
know.
James. Oh, that's Joe.
That's Joe.
I know.
Joe and
Okay,
Brandon.
I went to school one time with a Joe Worthy. Okay, so I apologize. I got.
Oh,
it
we can
mixed
see.
up,
We can
okay?
see Brandon. How
I'm
do you
sorry.
say that?
I can-
Ryan.
James
Sorry, I
Worthy.
can see how Joe Worthy, the guy you went to
Okay.
high school with, probably got mixed up with James Worthy. That makes
Yes.
sense.
Okay, so James Worthy.
Why are you mad?
I'm not mad.
Keep going.
I'm looking at my screen.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, James Worthy.
Yes, thank you. $14 left.
Rasheed Wallace.
Okay. Sheed.
Yeah, Sheed.
Okay, so now you got 2 big men.
Yeah, no. I need a 3. My 2 though is Michael Jordan. So what am I at now? 7?
Yes.
Yep.
$7. Okay, so I need a point guard. I want to go with. Man, I think I'm gonna put Vince Carter. I'm
Okay.
gonna take Vince Carter.
I like it. $10.
So
So you still need a point guard.
no, Vince is playing the point. Michael Jordan's playing the 2. I need a
Okay.
3. I need a small forward.
I'd actually give it to Jordan if you had that lineup. I'd put Vince at the 3.
Yeah.
Nah, he's gonna run the point.
Okay. Fair enough.
He's gonna run the ball. I'll take Grant.
All right. So
I
you
didn't even
use,
use my 10. I didn't even
you
use
use what,
$15.
$12?
Yeah.
Oh, I use 14. I feel you. I mean, you got Tatum, Worthy, like we said, the 4 for me. Zion at the 5. You can intermingle them, whatever you want. Tatum at the 3. Kyrie at the 1. Jordan at the 2. It'd be fun to watch.
If I had to go down the list, though, just for shits and gigs, my 5 would still be Jordan. 4 would be...
If you take the 4
JJ.
white guys, that's $15.
J.J. Redick. Yeah. J.J. was an absolute spot shooter. So you could do...
Yeah, he was.
So you could go Jordan, JJ. Jerry Stackhouse was pretty good too, but I'd go Vince Carter too.
Yeah.
Yep.
The problem is I have 2 threes though,
That's funny that you did that. I went.
and then I'd go Kyrie and Rashid still.
Yep. I would go Jordan, JJ, Vince, Kyrie, and probably Worthy, just because of Worthy's size.
Yeah, and I would go Jordan, JJ, Vince, Grant Hill, and Rasheed Wallace.
There you go. I like it. So, well, that covered the one thing I wanted to do later. So let's get into NBA. So, like we just said, got past the All-Star break. I don't think anything has changed since we talked about this. Milwaukee's 1, Toronto 2, Indiana 3, Boston 4, 76ers 5, Nets 6, Hornets 7, Pistons 8. And they are tied with the Heat, but they got the tiebreaker. Going into the West, Golden State's at 1, 2 games ahead of Denver. You've got Oklahoma City in third. They lost one finally, but they are hot. Like you said, they have what? Westbrook's got how many games in a row now with triple doubles? Is it 11? Did he get the 11th?
I think going into the All-Star break, it was 11. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else they got over there? Paul George. He's been still on fire, just insane.
Yeah.
Then you got Portland at 4, Houston at 5, Utah at 6, San Antonio 7, just creeping in there. LA at 8, and then one game out, you've got Sacramento at 30 and 27. It's pretty nice to see. You think LA still gets in 28, 29? You think they're going to make it back? The Lakers?
Yeah, I think so. I think they'll get in.
Brandon?
Yeah, they'll be an 8.
So we sticking with our picks that we had. I had Golden State over Boston. I'm sticking. I think you had Boston over Golden State. And you had 76ers over Golden State. So, all right. So NHL.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead. We can cover NBA some more.
Yeah, because I've been hearing lately a lot about the free agents and stuff. So we know Boogie's gone. They're not going to be able to re-sign him, so he's gone.
Klay Thompson's probably gone.
If
they won't give him max money.
You think Klay Thompson? That was another guy.
Well,
that's another
here's
guy
the
I have
thing.
to put down.
If Durant leaves, they could give him max money, Klay Thompson, and
let
Steph.
me ask you guys this. Okay, so we know Boogie's gone, so I'll just scratch out his name. Do you think Klay goes?
Depends. I think it depends on if Durant goes.
Do you think Durant goes?
Depending on who, if the New York thing, the Knicks, I don't know why anybody want to go there, but if anybody goes with him, Kyrie, somebody, maybe.
Do you think Kyrie goes?
And they get the first pick, get Zion.
If they get Zion, if Kyrie knows that they got the one, I think Kyrie's gone, I think Durant's gone, and I think they get Zion. And it changes the whole landscape of it.
I think it all depends on Durant, because, we hear Durant wants to be, he wants to be bigger. He hates being compared to LeBron. He wants to be better than LeBron.
Well, good luck, because Zion's going to come in and show you
I know.
too.
Well, I know. So does he want to go to New York, be that one guy, be that guy, and then go on, and try to
Pepsi Light.
try to be better than LeBron, or does he stay and try to go and get another championship? He's going to probably win another championship this year. He's probably going to end up, if he stays for another year, that's 4. He could win another one next year. That's 4 straight NBA championships. Nobody's ever done that since Bill Russell won 11. Or how much did he win? 11 out of 13? So 8 straight, I think he won. Mm-hmm. So, just for my opinion, I think he stays. I think Klay stays. I think
Klay stays for less money. If Durant stays, I think Klay goes to potentially the Lakers, maybe.
I think Kyrie stays. Because if there's no other movement, where's he going to go?
I would like Kyrie to stay.
He's not a guy that can run a franchise by himself.
But if he doesn't,
we saw that when LeBron left.
If he doesn't stay, Tatum becomes a star, and then they really push hard for Davis. That's what'll happen.
Oh, I was going to write down Davis, but we already know Davis is gone. He's not staying in New Orleans.
Well, yeah. Rozier would probably run the point then. You keep Morris, you keep Gordon Hayward, you got Davis. We'll see. It's going to be fun this summer when we're covering the shows. We'll be right around episode 100 when this is going down.
So I got one more. Kawhi. Stays or goes?
I think he's happy in Toronto now.
I think he'll stay in Toronto.
Yeah, I think now he's happy.
I think so.
Because it's his team, and he's, they're still 1, or 2.
Right.
But here, I want to read you something, because we all like this guy, and I found this fun, and it's pretty interesting. So, with no education, no father, no training, and few role models, they handed this young, poor dirt kid $420,000 per week at the age of 18. Married his high school sweetheart, never arrested, never used drugs, never humiliated his wife with outside girl stories, no outside babies like many other professional athletes, never in the news with so much as a parking ticket, excellent father, greatest player on the planet. 15 years later, same dude, same maturity, same chick, same family, reputation intact, now earning over $2 million a week, has sent 1,100 kids to college fully paid for. Ladies and gentlemen, LeBron.
Antonio Cromartie.
Yes.
No.
LeBron James.
No.
I
thought you said 11 kids by 11 different women. Did I miss that?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't Antonio Cromartie.
So,
Got it.
this just goes.
I think it's 11 kids by 10 different.
So, not just the greatest player on the planet, but a great human being. That
Right.
People,
and
you don't hear about, and he doesn't
all the
want
stuff he does with the schools in Akron and all that.
and he doesn't want all the. He's very humble, and the fact that people talk about him, like, it's get the fuck out of here. Like, it drives me insane.
Yeah, I think, all the stuff that he does off the court, obviously, it's great what he did for Akron. It's great what he's doing in his community. Here, wherever he's gone, he's always done something for his community. I think what people have an issue with is that go ahead.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I think what people have an issue with is that he gets coaches fired. He can't get the free agents. Just grab the damn shit.
Why are you laughing?
Oh, wait a
Grab
minute.
the popcorn.
Wait a minute.
There's no popcorn here. Just speak.
I think he can get the free agents.
We'll see this year. I mean, this is the year.
Look how many guys went to LA just basically for him. Stevenson signed there. Rondo signed there. They're not top tier guys, but they didn't have top tier guys available to go over there when he went. Kawhi got traded.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
Paul George was already gone.
The Lakers literally gave up the bank to get Davis, and they didn't. I mean, the Pelicans didn't even want to trade.
Well, yeah,
him,
and the GM got fired because he's an idiot.
Did he get fired?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dell Demps. Oh,
Yeah, he got fired because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm taking that deal in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good.
Idiot. But for the Pelicans, yeah, they would have had a future.
They really would.
And they would have still had the main man, Drew Holiday.
Yeah, you still had 2 picks. And, I mean, and all those guys that can come up, I mean.
Hey, look, Mr. Alexa Bliss.
That doesn't. It makes no sense to me.
By the way, we're watching
this was from Toledo, too.
NXT to try to. I think it says New Orleans.
It's New Orleans, dude.
It says it right in the corner.
Oh, I'm thinking, yeah.
Yesterday was Tuesday.
I'm off by a week, yeah.
Yes,
so
you are.
we're watching because there's going to be an NXT announcement at 8 o'clock. So we're waiting to see what that announcement is, waiting patiently. So we'll go into the NHL for now. Tampa Bay in the East, Atlantic Division. Tampa Bay's won 96 points, so far ahead. They're 8-0-2 in their last 10. Still on fire. You've got Boston up to 78 points. They're 8-0-2 in their last 10.
Yeah, they've won their last 6, yeah.
Yeah, Toronto is 76, Montreal at 71, and then far behind Buffalo at 63, Florida 60, Red Wings at 54, Senators at 49.
Okay, hold on, wait a second. Before we go to the Metropolitan, I'm sorry. So Saturday, Nick and I went to Frickers, and we got the Wings game on.
No, hold on a second. The Frickers downtown?
Downtown, yeah. We were going to the Wall game Saturday
right
night.
above that, literally is where the office is. Yeah, where we're going to be recording when we figure out what day we're going to do it.
So then that'll be... No, go ahead. What?
Go ahead.
No, I was trying to think because didn't we take a field trip there right above that office, right above Frickers in that office for... were you in my accounting class? Not accounting, business management or whatever.
Well, that Frickers wouldn't have been there when you were in high school.
Well, it was that building. It was right. It was right above.
I think we might have been there, but yeah, the office up there
that's what it is, yeah.
is Savage and Associates, and I'll quickly thank Steve Maluski and Wayne Maluski, who are graciously going to let us record up there when we decide to put in for a game.
Yeah, so, I mean, this was 18 years ago. So.
Yep. We were going to do April 20th, but the day before Easter, but now I am going to be out of town doing shows in Florida. We're doing Rolling Stones and Garth Brooks, so it'll be interesting. You notice how they use the other picture, it's not there now, from 15 years ago, Ric Flair.
Ah, damn it, I'm going to have to DVR that.
Yep, it's going to be awesome. But yeah, so we're gracious and happy that we're going to be able to record a show there. We just got to figure out when. So,
anyways, okay, so we were watching the game and caught the end of the third, and they were down. I think it was like 5-1 or something like that into the second, very fast. So they score 3 goals in the third, make it 5-4. Score with 9 seconds left. Top shelfer off a deflection, which is amazing. Go to overtime, right? They play 3-on-3 hockey in overtime, which is, by the way, absolutely fantastic. I love overtime hockey.
I just was sent this. Sorry, I'm going to distract you. So a pilot took this picture flying through a rainbow.
Was there
Pretty
Lucky
sick.
Charms on the end?
Yes, there was.
Well, wouldn't it be a pot of gold?
Yeah.
Lucky
Well, he's
Charms
thinking
are
Lucky
pot of
Charms.
gold.
Well, for some people, gold would be Lucky Charms. So.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Just the marshmallows.
But anyway,
So
3-on-3 hockey.
So, anyways, Howard got pulled after giving up the 5 goals. Bernier came in, pitched a shutout, and then goes to overtime and gives up just the stupidest goal ever. And I was so frustrated. He got so out of position, and he's going to be such a stud, but that's what I don't like when they're playing Howard. And I mean, giving up 5 goals that fast is absolutely ridiculous. But then coming in, and I felt so bad for him because they actually played decent for a little bit and had one shot, and it deflected a little bit too far, got caught on a change. And then as they came around, he made a great save on the net, and he got out a little bit too far and kind of looked like he slipped coming back or just missed his step coming back, and the guy wrapped around and scored, which sucked. But it was just like, that's how close the Red Wings are. Like, they could be there as that team, and like that was it. You come back, you rally back from 5-0 to tie the game, and then lose in overtime. Like, it's just like, God damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it's hard for me to watch Detroit hockey because all I remember is them making the playoffs
Winning
year after year.
I mean, literally, I was born into it.
Yeah,
so.
and I have never been a Howard guy. I'm not a Howard guy. I've never been a Howard guy. I never will be a Howard guy.
I was talking to a guy at the bar saying they should have traded him 4 years ago.
They should have won.
when
I
they
think
had
it was I think it was the Islanders. The trade was there, and I think he failed a physical or just fell through.
Holland
or
didn't do it.
But I mean, I was hoping that they would have got rid of him and kept. I think who was at the time, Mrazek or
It was right before Mrazek, and I can't remember who it was right then.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But I mean, it's time to get off. The Howard train. I'm tired of. They need to draft a goalie. They need to get somebody in there, whether it's free agency or something. They're in a rebuild. They're going to rebuild. Hopefully, the Stevie Y comes in next year once Highland retires. Hopefully, he retires this year, or after this season. I mean, and they start focusing on the future because they're going to get a top 5. They could get the first pick in this draft. I don't know any of the prospects that are coming up, but they could get the first pick. They can't lose on that first pick. They need to get somebody who's going to be there for a while.
Yeah, right now they're sitting in the 4th spot if they drafted today.
Yeah, and so they're going to get a top 5 pick, but I think their last draft was good. I still think Holland's gone, and Stevie Y is going to come in. I hope Holland just retires. Just retire. I think he's been there. How long has he been there? He's been there
over 20 years.
Yeah, so he's gotten all their Stanley Cups these last 22 years, I think. So if he just retires, bring up Stevie Y, and then start rebuilding and build for the future.
Yep, yeah, you're right. All right, you can go ahead with the rest of it. Sorry.
No, you're good. In the Metro,
I was frustrated with them. I had to sidebar it.
we've got the Islanders 76 still ahead, and they are 6-2-2 in their last 10. You've got the Capitals 73 6-3-1 in their last 10. Penguins 71 5-4-1. The Blue Jackets at
69.
perfect, and then right behind them 1 point Carolina Hurricanes 68. The Flyers 63, Rangers 60, and the New Jersey Devils 54.
All right, and in the West, in the Central, Winnipeg is leading 76 points. Nashville 1 point behind them at 75. St. Louis has how many, Gary?
69.
69. They've won 11 in a row. 11 straight to get up to that third spot. Yes.
Oh, shit.
11. That's 22 points pretty much over the last 2 weeks. That is
them.
insane. And they have the same amount of games played as Winnipeg, who they are 7
One of the only
points
pro teams
behind.
left in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Besides the Cardinals.
Oh shit. And they're not really a pro team. But
That is very true.
they might be this year. They did make some good moves so far. But they're 3 games they haven't played by the Predators right now, and they're only 6 points off of that. So, I mean, right there is 3 wins that they could tie the Predators at. So, St. Louis on fire. Dallas at 63 points behind them. Minnesota, Colorado, and the Blackhawks are right there. All actually pretty close. The Blackhawks and Avalanche both have 59 points, so they're still not that far out. In the Pacific, Calgary has 79 points. San Jose, 78. Nice tight race up at the top there. Vegas has 68 points. Arizona, 59. Vancouver, 59. Anaheim, 57. Edmonton and LA to finish that out. Nice whisper.
Yeah, nice whisper.
Nerd.
Was that where was that at? Where'd that take place?
What?
That? Oh, that was for. I know what that is. I just saw the name. It just clicked in my head.
Yeah.
Duh. Got it. I understand now. Never mind. Sorry. All right, so let's go into MLB. Big signing this week. Manny Machado, 10 years, $300 million to not the Yankees, not the Phillies, not the Mets,
Not the White Sox.
not the White Sox,
Stupid.
the Padres.
the San
The
Diego
Dads.
Dads.
I mean, and he wanted the money. Obviously, that's where it took him. Dude, I mean, he's going to a pitcher's park, a big park, and, I mean, he's going to hit for good average there.
Yeah.
But
He'll be gone in 5 years.
his home run, his RBI, I mean, his RBI is probably going to bat out the cleanup hole, but his home runs are going to go down. He's not going to be a guy that, if I was playing fantasy baseball, I'd pick high this year because his home runs are going to drop. His batting average will probably go up. He'll probably get more doubles, more triples, in the extra base hit realm. But Machado is a decent power hitter, but he needs a small park to do that in. Dodgers Park is not small, but it's not really a pitcher's park. It's a medium-sized
He
park.
needed New York, and
Well,
I'm glad that New
they
York
have a short porch, in right, and they
And
do
left.
in left, but not as short as right.
it's
Obviously,
318 and 316.
Oh,
2
really?
feet. That's it.
Oh, okay. I thought left was a little. I thought left was like 330
Left
or
center
so, which still
heavy, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you would think that these big batters and these guys would, go to these parks where you'd be able to hit. San Diego is, I mean, you're getting 70 and sunny all the time, good weather. But other than that, you're not getting a good ballpark to hit in. I mean, Petco is nasty. But for 10 years, I think it's the richest sports contract in North American history, right? I think I saw
It
that.
shouldn't be because A-Rod signed 10-year, $300 million
No,
years ago.
A-Rod was
It was
like
270 or
240.
something.
Oh,
yeah.
was it?
Yeah, I think I
this is
saw.
this
I
is
thought
the
when he
biggest deal.
re-signed, it was more. Is it the biggest deal?
I thought I saw that. Yeah, I thought I saw that. So
I think it's stupid. I think you're
$30 million a year, man.
you're paying so much of your payroll. You're gonna have to cut payroll somehow. You're paying so much of your money to one guy, and I know these sport. I don't know that much about payroll stuff and how this all works and everything, but with the NFL, you saw it this year with A-Rod. A-Rod got his money. Let's see what they do. Let's see what the Pack. Not to transition to NFL. I'm just using this as an example. Let's see what the Packers do with free agency because all that money that they're spending is going towards A-Rod.
So you're talking the average per year.
I'm talking
contract.
about wasting all
No, I'm
this
just
money
saying-
on one person.
I'm saying the average for this contract is $30 million, which is the most. Because the biggest contract was Stanton, $325 million, but it was 13 years.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
so most yearly.
Most
then.
yearly, $30
Yearly.
million.
I mean, he's making.
And-
I just did the math really fast. He's making $185,185 a game.
Yeah, it was like $61,000 an hour, is what it said.
$31 million a year.
Yeah, it
that'd
was-
be right because I mean, a game's 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah,
so.
it said $61 million an hour. So do that here. Do $30 million, and how many at bats you think he gets this year? 450?
No, 520.
You think so?
If he's not injured,
Oh, 162 games, yeah, probably
average
five.
about
Yeah.
520.
So what's that per at bat?
$57,692.
Per
stupid.
at bat.
That's insane.
Oh God.
No, I don't like these big deals. I like Bryce Harper. I think everybody's doubting him that he can't hit the long ball or anything or anymore. He's not that good. He's not worth.
He hit
400
34
million.
home runs last year.
Well, I know. I'm just
Which was
I'm
shit.
just saying what I'm hearing. But
comparable.
being a Cubs fan, I hope. I know he's one of the. I don't hear him anymore, but I hope the Cubs don't sign him because they're going to blow all that money just on him.
All right, just for fun,
I don't like that.
just for fun, I just did this, just even more for shits and
per
gigs.
minute. Per minute.
No, per pitch.
Oh,
so
God.
I averaged about five balls
550.
per at bat, so it was about
10
$1,500.
grand?
About 1,500. 19,230 per pitch.
Well, 5 balls, he would walk by the fourth ball.
So-
You hit foul balls, dumbass.
All right. So do 100.
Never mind, you didn't get
Okay.
It was a stupid joke.
Do
that was bad.
do
No,
100.
it was good.
Do
It
162 games.
Oh, boy.
Let's say average 3 hours, 180 minutes. So 162 times 180, and divide that by 30 million. I want to see how much he makes a minute. I know it's asking a lot. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Yeah, it
okay.
used to give
So
me a
that's
headache.
hold on. Wait a second. Nope, I got that. Just hold this number. 29,160.
29,160. So that's how many minutes he's playing this year.
So $1,028.
A minute.
So what he
1,000?
makes. So what he makes a minute is a
I'm making a
little
month.
less than what I make a week, pretty much. A minute.
It's sickening.
Whew,
And
I
he,
wish I was
and
a
he
good
won't
baseball
even play in
player.
all those games. But yeah, so Bryce Harper's still not signed. What do you think of that?
I don't know where he's going to go.
Phillies?
Do they have more money?
They have a
Okay.
lot of money.
Sorry, this popcorn's good.
No, you're good.
What's the date on it?
I think it was like July.
So I just want
July 27th,
So-
man. So
Of this year or next year? Last year.
this year, it's
Oh.
not expired.
And the last thing with baseball, I will credit ESPN for this. On this date, 27 years ago, Homer Simpson pinch hit for Darryl Strawberry, leading the Springfield Nuclear Power Plant softball team to victory over Shelbyville in the title game. So their catcher was Mike Scioscia. Their manager was Charles Montgomery Burns. First baseman, Don Mattingly. Second baseman, Steve Sachs. Shortstop, Ozzie Smith. Third baseman, Wade Boggs. Be ready, episode 100. The pod beats Boggs. And then Roger Clemens was the pitcher. Darryl Strawberry in right. Canseco in center. Ken Griffey Jr. in left.
And folks, that is your fun fact of the day.
Thank you, ESPN. All right, on to NASCAR.
was that legit?
What's that?
Did you watch this yet or no? It looked like he just blew his knee out, but I don't know if it was.
Oh, it's got to be. That's got to be
I mean-
storyline.
It must be, but he came off that rope like legit messed up.
Oh, is that?
Cedric.
No, I know who that is. I'm talking.
Oh, he just nodded
Is
at
that Mike
himself.
Kanellis?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Who wanted to get out and probably go to AEW? There's his wife who
Look
just
at
had a
Maria.
kid.
Maria.
Oh, my
She just had a kid.
goodness.
You know
Okay,
what?
sorry. This is there. Yeah, he's got
Oh,
it.
my.
He must have faked it. Oh, okay.
All right, so Daytona 500. Brandon, you called it. It was not single file. I'll give you that.
I called it.
We both called it.
All right, so
I said I didn't want to be single file.
but
I
there was a
know what they're gonna
lot.
do.
You know, I was sitting. You didn't know this, but before the last two crashes, I was sitting at $400 on DraftKings. I ended up with $5.
I beat you by what? 0.25?
0.25.
0.25 points.
Yeah, so I got second place, $5.
I
But
didn't
we
even-
did say let's win the money, and we did. So it works. That's fair.
I was drinking all day Sunday. I didn't pay much attention. And then when we were watching the race, it was great until the end. And then they had the first one, and the red flag took forever. I was like, screw this. I'm like, I'm going home. So I get home. They had what? I think they had 5 laps left on the first red flag.
Yep.
And then they had another one like right after that or
Yep.
something. I left with 5 laps left. And then and this was a 30-minute drive, right as I was pulling into my driveway. And by the way, the red flag was almost over as I got into my, vehicle to go, heard it.
MRN.
Oh, yeah. I love MRN radio.
So do I.
As I got into my driveway is right when the race finished. I was that close to making it home before that's ridiculous. 4 laps left, 5 laps left. It's like, come on.
Yeah, it was a crazy finish for that. Overall, I think it was a great race. Obviously,
Until the last little bit. Dude, I don't know about you. I was rooting hard for DB and Detto, man. Seeing him up there, that was awesome.
So was I. And then I saw this next
Who took him
guy.
out? Menard?
Huh?
Menard took him out. He caused the wreck. Dude, I was pulling for Di
Yeah. So I was pulling for Dina, but
Priest?
Oh, boy, get it. Come on, get it.
Yeah, Di Benedetto. And then, Priest.
Yeah, Priest is
What
up
a-
there. But no, at that
By the
point,
way, I'm
dude,
just
I was
gonna-
pulling for McDowell.
No,
when
I'm
it
just
came
gonna
to
go
that,
for it
'cause
now.
that guy.
I'm just gonna go for it now. I'm gonna take Priest at Atlanta. So
Okay.
I'm gonna write that down. Priest for
I hope
Atlanta.
he's not even raised. I hope he doesn't even
but-
qualify.
No, when they were going through the lineup.
He doesn't qualify.
Yeah.
By the
Well,
way,
she probably
since-
won't.
Since
No.
Jake didn't give us anything last week. He's getting an automatic vacant, which is a 40, and then
Yeah.
in golf it's an 82.
No, it should be a 41.
Oh yeah.
Well, and
It should be a 41.
since we have to pick people, what you should do is give him like some guy who is really crappy. Not like obviously one of the top guys, but give him one of the guys
Cole
that never
Witt.
really
Give him
raced.
Cole Witt.
This week?
No.
Oh, if he
in the
doesn't
last
play.
one, in his vacant week. Give him just one of those guys who you'd never pick.
Like McDowell? He would have got a third or
I don't know.
fourth.
I might pick McDowell at like Talladega or something. So
No, we'll just give him the vacant for now. He's
All
got until Sunday's the race. So I texted him and said I need it. I will see him Saturday, so I'll make him give me that. But if he doesn't give me golf, he's getting the missed cut. So
I like it.
Since we're talking about it, well, let's go into the 500. So podcast results last week. Barry, you had Kozlowski finish 12th. You could see that as a waste or not. He crashed twice in the last.
he crashed twice, and all I hear
He
is
crashed 3 times.
And then all I hear is that he's still on the lead lap with like 3 laps left. And I was like, what do you mean he's still on the lead lap? Like, this is great.
No, he was back in 31st, and I was getting pissed off because I had him we had him too, and I was like, come on. And then they all got up there. All my guys were in the top 15 with like 10 laps to go. I'm like, fuck. I looked down, and I was in a $33 contest. I'm at like $400-something. I'm like, please, God, I know the big one's coming. Big one came. I'm like, all right, I'm still at like 300. And then 2 more wrecks happened. I'm like, come on. They took out – I had Newman, who was running up there all day. I had all those guys. I was pissed because we only had 2 different. You had LaJoy, And I had
who wrecked early, but
Yeah.
then came back. But I was like, come on, man, really? Because I was sitting there, I was like, come on, Corey LaJoie. He was running up there for a little bit.
You had,
he led a couple laps.
Who the hell did I? We got to look at that.
I'm looking. Let me.
Yeah, you check that out on DraftKings. But let's okay. So obviously the winner was Hamlin. I was of course pulling for Kyle Busch.
Which, speaking of Hamlin, good for Hamlin.
He hasn't won since 17.
Good for Hamlin and good for Joe Gibbs, especially
with
for
JD Gibbs.
JD. And I think he ran. I think he was.
Yeah.
He influenced that 11 team. So for him to, just pass away, unfortunately, back a couple months ago.
Jesus.
What the fuck was that?
I was trying to get it to rock back. Just pop the damn chair.
So first of all, Bear, I'm trying to be serious and you're laughing. So why are you laughing?
Because my chair.
Well, because Corey LaJoie actually finished the race and didn't wreck out, and still finished behind Chase, who wrecked out. I thought that was
17th.
funny.
I had Chase Elliott, by the way.
Okay, so we both had Kyle.
Hold on.
We both had. Shut up, Brandon. We both had Byron. We both had Chase. We both had Keselowski. You had Hemrick and Newman.
Daniel
and I
Hemrick.
Had, and I had LaJoie and
Hemrick and Newman at the end wrecked out, and I'm like, are you shitting me? Because they were both running up there.
And Kurt wrecked too, which was disappointing because he had a fast race car, and that was a pick that I was hoping no one else was going to make.
That was a fun race. Overall, it was a fun race. But anyway, go into about JD Gibbs because
I was just saying. I think he influenced that 11 team. I think he was one of the ones that actually ran. I know he ran Gibbs Motorsports or whatever. But for him to, he unfortunately he just passed away a couple months ago, and for the 11 for Denny Hamlin, the 11 team to win that, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty emotional event for Joe Gibbs, obviously, and for the 11 team. But overall, I think the race was awesome. That big one at the end. Me being a Chase fan, obviously, it looked like he made it through, and then all of a sudden he got clipped at the end, and then took a little damage, but was able to get through. And then there was another wreck, and then he was done. So, but what did he finish? 17th.
Yep.
So
Kesler was 12th, and I tried to get Bubba Wallace, who finished 38th. So unfortunately, that happens. But you're taking Ryan Preece this week, Bear.
Man, this is a track that, of course, Keselowski and Harvick won Harvick won last year. Keselowski won 2 years ago. I'm sorry, I thought they raced this twice. My apologies.
They used to. I don't know. They should. I don't know why they don't.
They haven't since 2010, actually. So it's been a while. Ford's won the last 2 times here. I really want to pick Harvick, but I don't want to waste him already.
Yeah, waste Keselowski and Harvick. Damn.
Yeah, I already wasted Chase.
But it's one of
in
those.
the 17th.
Yeah.
Till September.
It's one of those that you want to kind of keep around and hope that you can get some spark out of a bottle. But another one who kind of does well at this track, I'm going to go with Kurt Busch, not Kyle. Last time he won here was back in 2010 in the spring race, but he has some top 10 finishes here the last few years as well. So I'm going to stick with Kurt this year. I guess this year because the only race Atlanta once. So this year at Atlanta, there you go.
And I'm going to take Eric Jones. Eric Jones.
Who?
Eric Jones.
Thank you.
He finished in third place, quiet third place finish at Daytona. And then he finished in 11th and 18th and 14th in 2017 here, which obviously is a better driver each year. He got a lot better last year as it went on. And, I think he wins a race this year, maybe 2. I don't know if it'll be Atlanta.
He'll win Michigan.
We'll see.
Do you guys want another fun fact?
Yeah.
Okay, so Joe Gibbs Racing went 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Guess who was the last time they went 1, 2, 3?
DEI.
Nope, Hendrick, 1997, when Jeff Gordon won. Terry Labonte finished in second, and Ricky Craven finished in third.
Oh, you're saying at Daytona because there's been many times that teams have finished.
I'm saying at Daytona. Sorry, I didn't clarify that question.
I was about to say last year it happened, but okay.
No.
DEI.
No.
They would have if they didn't wreck Dale in 01.
Well, Dale was Childress. He wasn't DEI.
You guys went DEI then?
No.
Actually, was DEI even around then?
Yeah, he owned DEI.
He owned that, yeah.
Those were his 2 cars.
Michael and Dale?
Yep. And Steve Park.
Steve Park, that's right. I forgot about Steve. Well, Steve Park could have finished right. I mean, he was there. He was, 34th, I think?
That's what you said. He caused the wreck.
I said he might have caused the wreck. I remember a number 1 around there, but it must have been something else.
Do we want to give our championship pick since we forgot to do
Yeah, we didn't do that. I have it on the right side there. Brandon, go ahead.
Are we doing we're doing our top 4? Okay, I think mine was...
it's right there.
Oh, yeah, it is. Chase, Keselowski, I'm going to go with. I'm very disappointed that you didn't put Douche McDukerson. You put Kyle Busch, so I guess you can keep that in there. And then I'm going to go with Joey Logano. So I think that's my top 4. I think Chase wins the championship. Sorry, because I know if I don't pick him, then he's going to win. Then there you
now
go.
it's in there. Now it's Douche McDoucherson.
He might not win, but
can you wrap text on that cell there so it doesn't roll into mine? Thanks.
Yeah, there we go.
Appreciate it.
I like it.
I'll go into mine. So Kyle Busch is winning the title. Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones,
I
top
like
4.
Eric Jones. That's a good one in there.
Yeah, I like it.
That's a good sneaky one. He could certainly. He wasn't a rookie last year, was he?
2 years ago, I believe.
2 years.
right?
Okay, because
Or was it? Yeah, it wasn't last year.
No, because Byron won the Rookie of the Year. So, yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you got, Bear?
Okay, so for me, my champion, Kevin Harvick this year. Chase, I would think, will be second. Third will be Kyle. And fourth will be Keselowski.
Solid.
I like it. I wanted a sneaky pick, somebody off the wall because it'd be good for the sport. So like you said, I took Eric
Well,
Jones.
neither of you guys have Harvick in your top 4, which is surprising.
I thought about it, but I'm
so
like,
I guess Harvick's a sneaky pick.
Well, I thought Harvick too. I mean,
I did too, and I put Eric Jones in over Harvick because I'm like, I want somebody different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, with our picks, the way that we're doing our rules, most of our picks is just going to be who can finish higher. I mean,
for the whole year we got 35 more races to get our averages up.
I keep on calling out.
I hope I do better than 38 points.
I can't wait for the Cole Witt week. I'll
I
hope for like a 29th that week.
I keep or Jeffrey Earnhardt. 31st, baby, yes.
But there's 14 guys you're not going to have to take, so you should be okay.
Well, I know, but you're mostly but usually the top. There's about 12 guys.
I'm gonna probably sit down at one point and like look for about an hour on who are these drivers and where am I gonna put them at, and then I'll know my lineup for the whole year.
There's roughly about 12 to 14 drivers who can win a race. Other guys are just going for positions.
Okay.
So I'm just saying it's gonna come down to it. Like
Denny Hamlin didn't win a race last year. He won one this year.
He okay. You're not getting what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. There's 12 to 14 guys that can win. Actually, there's 3 guys that can win.
Last year, yeah.
Anybody can win. This is America.
Yeah, come on. Austin Dillon won a race last year. Bubba Wallace was second.
Yeah.
Except he was 38 this year. Prick.
I mean, DB Indetto could have won the race. I mean, he had a legit. He had a legit fast car. Like he wasn't up there because everyone was out. He was racing with pretty much 35 guys.
Yes,
and he was staying up there. And
he had a fast car. I mean, it's a new team. I think I forget the story what they were saying, but he lost the sponsor, just left.
Who's
that? Di Benedetto.
Oh yeah, it wasn't him. It was somebody else.
I thought it was his sponsor.
The sponsor left.
He went to another team or something.
Oh, it might have been that. But in Xfinity, I can't remember who it was. He had a full ride for the whole year. And then his team filed bankruptcy and had all this shit. So, his sponsor. So, he lost his sponsor, lost the team, and then he got a cup ride. I can't remember who it was, though. It was in the cup. We'll have to check that out.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Maybe it is Di Benedetto.
And, we can just go into that really fast, too, the Xfinity race. Junior's boy, Michael Annett, number 1 car, got the first win. So, Dale Jr.'s team gets a good start to the year for him, too.
They won the title last year.
Mm-hmm.
I love how we still call it I still call it the Busch Series, but that's just me.
Busch. Well, do you still call it the Winston Cup?
I almost said it today when I sent that text to you.
Winston Cup.
When I sent the text to you guys, I almost said the Cup Championship, but
I can't wait till I get to pick Ward Burton one of these weeks. I'm so excited.
No, so it was NASCAR team and track sponsor DC Solar. They filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and they had agreements with Chip Ganassi. FBI was raiding the place and all this was going on, so they had to get rid of the team. I'm trying to find out who it was. And they owe different NASCAR entities. The International Speedway Corp, which is NASCAR, $1 million. Kansas Speedway, $750,000. ISM, $750,000. Richmond, $750,000. And Talladega, $750,000. So I just got to see who the hell was driving that car.
Okay, while you do that, is golf next?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go into that, talk about Riviera. Another bad weather week. It was a little bit disappointing again. They had a bad start on Thursday, and it just kind of pushed everything back. They did finish everything up on Sunday, though. J.B. Holmes ended up winning. Got just ridiculed on Twitter and everywhere for slow play. And he was, I think a lot of the players
Ross Chastain.
Ross Chastain.
That's who it was.
There we go.
And then he had a cup ride for Daytona, and that was pretty much it.
And he ran pretty good, too, I think.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know where he finished, but yeah, I'm sure he was up there somewhere. But yeah, so J.B. Holmes ended up winning at Riviera, even though it was slow play. Not a lot of people shot great on Sunday. It was really sloppy.
10th.
Ross Chastain did?
Yes, sir.
Good for him.
Yep.
Justin Thomas finished second. had a great week and then shot 75 on Sunday. Not a great Sunday to have there. Siwoo Kim snuck in. He had the best round on Sunday. Shot a 66, snuck into third.
What was it? Thomas fell apart 4 over on last day, I think, to lose by 1.
Yep, lost by 1. Not good. Like I said, a lot of people on Sunday did not have great Sundays, but. Dude, it was a weird week. Like I said, they didn't get any. I think they got a couple holes in on Thursday. Then they had to play late in the Friday night, early Saturday morning to finish the second round. Then back through Saturday again, just so they could get the round going on Sunday. So it was a long tournament, and those guys do get tired when you have to do that. So maybe Thomas kind of tired out a little bit. Tiger finished 15th, snuck into the top 15. Didn't have a great Sunday either. Shot 65 on Saturday though. I think he started, which was his Saturday round, not till Saturday afternoon, and then I think he went birdie, eagle, birdie, or something like that. Started off.
What was the cut line? Wasn't it -1?
Yeah, and he made a birdie on the last hole to make it.
I just look at some of the guys where they finished. They made it at -1, but Cody Gribble +12.
Well, yeah, I mean they can make it there, and obviously you still.
But then they just sucked the last 2 rounds.
Yep.
Adam Hadwin 10 over. He shot 68, 72, and then 77, 77.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
And then your guys' pick, Bubba Watson, also tied for 15th at Tiger. So we all finished 15th this week.
Averages,
let's see here. Brandon, 22.3. I'm down to 40. I'm making my way back, boys. Gary at 8.6. Average went up after, that 15th place finish.
Yep.
And Jake went vacant. So maybe Stat Guy's just vacant. The brain is vacant.
Yeah, he might be.
Yeah,
we'll see what we get
he's
from
at
him.
35, so still somehow I'm
turning into
we've got a couple minutes till this NXT announcement. We'll see if it comes on right away. But let's get into our picks. Who do you got this? You want to tell us about the course this week, Bear?
Well, they're playing it's the first WGC tournament of the year.
And what is that?
The World Golf Championship.
Okay.
So it's a select whatever it is, top 70 people in the world, whatever the hell it is. I don't know exactly what it is. But it's in Mexico City, Mexico. The last time it was played here, Phil won here. Club de Golf Chapultepec. That's the name of the course. Yep. So I think it's like top 70 or 80. They will not have a cut this week. World Golf Championships do not have cuts, so no one will get cut this week. So worst place, it will be 70 or 80 or how many the hell ever guys are in this thing.
That's cool.
So Brandon, go ahead this week. What do you got?
John Rahm.
Good pick. Because
you're the first guy to pick one guy twice.
Yeah, you are. And I'm not going to pick anybody twice. I'm going with Rafa Cabello this week. Going with a Spaniard, just like you did. So that was good. I think they're going to play well at this course.
Spell his name.
Yeah, John Rahm.
Cabrera, E-R-A. E-R-A after that. Or R-E-R-A. And then, Bio. But it's spelled Bello.
Yeah, and your guy's not even on my odds.
Rafa?
Nope.
Good. Maybe I'll bet on him and make a lot of money.
So there you go.
There you go. I'm taking
Rory.
Taking Rory.
All right.
He was he played. He was 4th last week, tied for 4th, and then he's played this tournament one time in 2017. He was tied for 7th. So give me Rory.
So
yep.
Yeah,
Tiger's playing this week again too. By the way.
Oh, he is.
You betting guys out there? Justin Thomas 9-1, Dustin Johnson 10-1. Your guy Rory is 11-1. DeChambeau 16-1. Those are the top 4. And then John Rahm 16-1. Tiger 18-1. So you betting guys? Those are your odds.
Perfect. All right. So thank our sponsors real quick. Crandall's Quality Lawn Care, Verizon, PNC, Charlie's Dodge, and All Wear Clothing. And we will be back momentarily. And welcome back. So let's talk about the AAF. This Brandon says is a rumor, but there seems to be a lot of things about it. A report that AAF was needed a $250 million emergency investment to be able to make payroll. So the Carolina Hurricanes majority owner, Tom Dundon, stepped up to save the day in the form of a $250 million investment per The Athletic's David Glenn, is who said this. Without a new 9-figure investor, nobody is sure what would have happened, a source told him. You can always tell people their checks are going to be a little late, but how many are going to show up on the weekend for games when their money doesn't hit their bank account on Friday? So he's expected, Dundon, to be announced as the league's new chairman. But I don't know, was he announced as the chairman?
I am not sure. I mean, like I said, I've heard rumors that they needed a bailout. I've heard rumors that they don't.
Charlie Ebersol said that they didn't get it. He said it's not true, but of course he's going to say that.
Neuheisel said that too. I mean, of course these people are going to say that. They're not going to give you the full, real story. So I don't know. It's just who you believe. I don't think they needed a bailout. I think this guy just believes in this and wanted to invest. I could be totally wrong. They might have needed the bailout.
But I don't know, man. We'll $250 million to each.
It's a lot of money.
Or $250,000 to each player, right? All year long?
No. So what happened is I was mistaken when I said that last week. It's actually that's their contract. So that's for 3 years.
Non-guaranteed contract.
So they signed $250,000 contract over 3 years. So they're really getting about $70,000 a year.
So Vince in XFL is pretty damn comparable,
right?
Well, and the only way
it's non-guaranteed.
So now I realize that when I heard that stat or that fact, it was for their 3-year contract, not per year.
They were said to include health insurance and an education stipend for any player who registers 1 year of service time.
And the only way they can get out of it is if they're signed by an NFL team. That's the only way they can get out of their contract.
So we don't know if it's true or not. Basically, it's just all hearsay at this point.
Yeah, it's really just who you believe because there's about the same amount of reports for it and against it. So we'll see.
So let's follow up on it next week, see what we find out, and we can go from there. So this past week, we had a few games. So we had that big game. What was it, Orlando and San Antonio?
Yeah. Yep.
San Antonio was ahead, and unfortunately lost.
Yeah, my team. Damn it.
Well, that's our team. Damn it.
God.
Logan.
Damn it.
Oh, damn it! So you've got Arizona playing Salt Lake, 2-0 Arizona playing Salt Lake this week, 0-2.
What are the rest of the scores for the week? Because honestly, I didn't watch, so.
Well, I will get to that momentarily. I'm just going to tell you who's playing who first. Memphis 0-2 playing Orlando 2-0.
Yeah, but if you tell me who's 0-2 and 2-0, then I can guess who won.
Birmingham 2-0, Atlanta 0-2, San Antonio 1-1, San Diego 1-1. So last week, Orlando played our team, San Antonio. San Antonio was up.
I think Orlando's my team.
Why? Because they're 2-0?
Because he likes Spurrier.
Because I like Spurrier, and I just like the way they looked on their first game. But go ahead.
So anyway, San Antonio was winning the game going into the fourth quarter and ended up losing 37-29. This happens. It's part of life. And now I got a video that's going to probably try to play Damn It. Brandon, what do you think? How's it look? Did you see any games last week?
I did not see any games last week. I had some stuff that I had to take care of and do. But I will probably tune in this week. I don't have that much to do this weekend, so I probably will tune into a couple games this weekend. But other than that, I didn't see any. Yeah,
Birmingham beat Salt Lake 12-9. Arizona beat Memphis 20-18. Good game. Orlando beat San Antonio 37-29. It was, like I said, San Antonio was up 29, I think, to 21 or 22, and then lost it in the fourth quarter. And then San Diego beat Atlanta 24-12.
Huh. I got a fun fact. I was just reading through this. Did you know the Carolina Hurricanes owner, Tom Dundon, you know what his primary investment was?
Facebook.
No. That would be Mark Zuckerberg.
Snapchat.
No, you're thinking, this is not an app. This is something that's came on over the last...
Oil.
It's a thing you would do as a sporting thing. It's came on big over the last, I would say 5 years probably.
Beer pong.
It's something you can do year round.
Golf.
Okay, you're getting there.
Frisbee golf.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
You got it.
Top
Come on,
golf.
there you go. I saw those wheels spinning. I could see the smoke coming
golf?
out.
Oh my
Top
God,
golf.
dude, that's something we got to do. You ever seen that?
Golf.
Brandon can't do top golf.
Top golf is
Never heard of it.
There's holes all. So
What?
It's like at a driving range.
Born in a barn?
Probably.
It's basically a driving range, and you get points for hitting certain markers and putting it in the holes.
Brandon couldn't do it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I was just telling you. Maybe that's why you haven't heard of it.
God damn it!
No,
So
I haven't.
really, Top Golf. So that's his primary thing that he started.
He was an investor in it. That's what it says. Primary investor in Top Golf. So he must have. He didn't invent it or create it, but he's the one that got it going. It sounds like. Mm-hmm. That's why he has all that money.
Right. Well, and the Hurricanes, and now this.
Here I am.
All right. So this week, the games we got this week, like we said, Arizona at Salt Lake, Memphis at Orlando, Birmingham at Atlanta, San Antonio at San Diego. So hopefully our boys in San Antonio go up against that 1-1. Both teams are 1-1. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So NFL, let's go into some stuff here. Colin Kaepernick. You think he signs anywhere?
Definitely not now.
No.
Nope. Not after the bailout. He will never play in the NFL. That's a fact right now.
Yeah, what do you get? 60 to 80 million?
They're not going to say it. They said they won't say it.
They say there's presumptions out
Try
there
some of that
saying
popcorn. Kind is it?
50 million.
Dude, organic white cheddar is delicious.
Yeah.
You're going to love this, I'm telling you.
No, there's people saying 50 million. There's some people saying 5 million, and some of it was just donated to.
Said you get any, bro?
Whatever. Donated to his charity. So he might not even seen some of that. He might not even seen any of that money.
All right. Next. This is more for me and Bear. Cowboys and Earl Thomas have serious mutual interest. He now lives in Texas.
First of all, I can talk about this. I know who Earl Thomas is.
I know. Bear, what do you think about this?
I don't think it's going to happen. I saw an article today. No, I shouldn't say an article. I saw a headline today, and I didn't click on it because I was too busy. But they said that they're eyeing another top safety. Excuse me, Jesus. That's right. They're eyeing another top safety that's not Earl Thomas. So we'll see.
Well, isn't he like 31, 32?
He's 30. Or he's going to be 30.
I'm going to need some more of that popcorn.
He's close. I told you it was good. This is my dinner, so don't eat it all. It's not. I haven't.
You want some pizza rolls?
Oh, speaking. So
you're
I had
stopping at Taco Bell on the way home.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna go home and go to bed, man. I'm tired. I had Subway today for lunch. I got their garlic bread, the garlic cheesy bread, whatever. But because I didn't eat, I got it with the chicken bacon ranch footlong. I mean, scarf that thing down. Not feeling the greatest right now. I'm just throwing that out there. That's also why I haven't eaten, and I'm probably just eating popcorn for dinner. So, anyways, I mean, it was good though. Don't get me wrong; it was phenomenal.
It's delicious. I got the meatball.
That is a lot of garlic, but
yeah,
buddy, I'll tell you what, that's solid.
All right. So
what were we talking about?
We were talking about the Cowboys and Earl Thomas.
Yeah. So, if this was 2 or 3 years ago, man, I think it'd be great. But unfortunately, it's not, and I just don't think whatever he's going to want to be paid is going to be worth it. Now, if they can get him for cheap, I'm all for it. That's fine. You have a guy who's getting older, who's coming off of another injury. What is that? I think that's 2 big injuries in 3 years, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I would prefer that they don't. But if they get him for the right price, man, I'll take anything for the right price. I'm cheap like that, and just life in general. So if my team's going to get it for the right price to where they can afford other talent around them as well, then yeah, get Earl Thomas. But if he's going to want $8 to $10 million a year? No, I don't think that's worth it. Earl Thomas would be, if he can get, I just had a thought, I was sitting there as I was talking, thinking of, okay, if they can get him for $4 to $5 million a year, that would be a bargain. That would be a deal. That's something that would be fantastic.
I think a 1 year deal.
No, because if they give him a 1 year deal, he's going to want more money, and they're not going to do it. So what they need to do, preferably, is give him a deal like that, but put incentives in there. Mm-hmm. That's how they get these. That's how the Patriots do so well. They get all these guys with smaller contracts, I should say, and they put these incentives in that, yeah, they can pay out at the end of the year and save money during the year in the beginning to get all these other guys. If they did something like that, I think that would be fantastic.
It's like Nick Foles. They're talking about potentially him being tagged so they can trade him. And
he already gave back his money that he got.
Did he?
Yeah.
What they gave him?
I think it was $2 million that they gave him because he had to be on the roster at this time or something.
Well, they were going to give him $1 million. He gave back the bonus that they gave him.
Bonus, yeah.
Wow, they were giving him a bonus for playing like 30-something%, and he just missed it because he got hurt towards the end.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gonna go somewhere else.
If they tag him, he'll get traded. That's what they'll do is they'll tag him and try to trade him.
They should get something out of him, but I mean.
Yep. They could trade him to Jacksonville. I mean, Jacksonville's got good defensive talent that they could trade him for, Or
just let him go. But they don't want to. They can get something out of him.
If you can trade, right, exactly. I also saw a rumor today, and I've heard it a couple times. This is the first time I've seen it from Brandon's buddy, Colin Coward. Russell Wilson to the Giants? You seen that rumor?
Yeah, that's because of the wife. What's his wife, Sierra or whatever?
Sierra.
There's been a lot going around. There's mutual interest because I think this is the last year of his contract, and he can opt out after this year.
I still think they take.
From Colin Cowherd that she doesn't want to be there. She doesn't want to be in Seattle.
Oh, did you hear from him personally? Did he call you and tell you that?
He said it on the radio. So when he said it on the radio, he's talking to everybody.
Well, I still think they're going to take Dwayne, but that's just me. The Giants are taking Dwayne.
The Rock Johnson? He's not.
Or Haskins.
He's not in the draft.
All right. So the other thing
should
here,
be.
Antonio Brown says that Ben Roethlisberger has an owner's mentality. Your thoughts?
Shut up and catch the ball.
Wow. Okay.
Just saying. No, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that. I think he's a good player.
Can you ask the question again? I got distracted by
Antonio
Brandon.
Brown says Ben Roethlisberger has a, quote, owner's mentality. Your thoughts on this?
I guess I don't know what he means.
I mean,
Owner's mentality. Basically, you're a peasant if you're not any good to him.
I could see that. I mean, he is a rapist, so it doesn't surprise me. Did you see that Antonio Brown liked the comment someone posted on there on his Instagram about Ben Roethlisberger being a rapist, and he liked it?
Wow.
It was funny.
Here's a quote from him. Here's a quote. You'll enjoy this.
He is. He's a dirty rapist.
If your team got guaranteed money, they want to get to know me and work with me. Tell them to call me.
Yeah, while he was working out, didn't he do that, I think? Yeah.
And he also now...
He's a diva.
He now wants to be known not as AB, but as Mr. Big Chest.
Yeah, he's a diva.
That's weird.
He's Terrell Owens, 2005.
Yeah,
like a specific year. Isn't that T.O. like all the time?
Well, TL 2005, after, he was doing the freaking sit-ups in his driveway. He's a diva.
I don't know if he's a... You seen that, man?
Oh, wait, hold on.
He's a hell of a football player. He's a hell of a football player. But he's a diva.
Hold on a second. So the man can't do sit-ups in his own driveway at his own house? No one, the camera crews didn't have to go there.
I'm not saying they had to. I'm just...
Well, then don't call him a diva. If I want to go do sit-ups, in my driveway, you're not going to call me a diva.
He's a diva.
Okay, then.
Nerd.
No, a hell of a football player.
If he went to Notre Dame, he'd be the greatest thing walking goddamn earth. Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
No, because Golden Tate sometimes does the same stuff. He's cocky on the football field, and I don't like it. Just because he went to Notre Dame doesn't mean I have to like what he's doing now.
How do you feel about Rudy?
What does Rudy have to do anything about this?
He was over the line.
I like it.
Damn it. All right, so Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon
Bell.
Isn't that an Elton John song?
He'll be a...
Le'Veon?
I think it is.
It was Le'Veon, yeah.
He'll be a free agent in 3 weeks. He's not going to be...
it was.
The Steelers are not going to tag him, so he's going to be a free agent in 3 weeks. Do you think his approach of sitting out becomes a commonality for a year?
Yeah.
It becomes common?
Yeah, when they don't trade Antonio Brown this year, he's going to do the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't think so. I think that there's going to be those couple guys that are going to do it, but I don't think it's going to be a commonality. I don't.
So something I talked in here because I think it's always a good discussion to talk about what franchise tags are, because now it's getting ready to be franchise tags. So just some things you need to know. This is kind of help from ESPN.
Franchise tag season.
So yes, it's a labor designation that restricts a player's potential movement in exchange for a high 1-year salary. It's governed through the collective bargaining agreement, which represents a fully guaranteed salary once signed and has 2 types. So what are the 2 types? The first is the exclusive rights tag. Any player with this tag is bound to a team for the upcoming season. His agent is prohibited from seeking offer sheets elsewhere. The second is non-exclusive. In this scenario, players can sign an offer sheet with another team. The original team has the right to match the offer. If it doesn't, it will receive 2 first-round draft picks from the new team. Ooh. I don't know if people knew that.
I did not.
I would.
That
there needs to be a change, no doubt.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, because if you think about it, these owners, these teams are holding them hostage. It's a fact. They're holding these guys hostage for this crap. And yeah, they're paying them good money for it. But if these guys want to go, just let them go.
Right.
Like, I feel like it's not that complicated.
Yeah, but I if you're under contract, serve your contract. Play your contract.
So. Sorry, we're getting distracted here because we're trying to see the highlights of what happened with NXT and NXT if they're going to give this announcement with SmackDown and Raw. But we won't cover wrestling too much.
No, like I was saying, we covered this before. Play your contract. You signed a contract. Le'Veon Bell still has 2 years left on his contract, and he's holding up because he wants more money. Play your contract and then get your deal.
Well, yeah, but that's the whole point.
Listen, Bob McNair. Listen, Bob McNair got in trouble for saying something that I'm not going to say. But any company, the employees are not going to take over the employers. The employees are not going to take over the employers. If you know what I'm talking about, what Bob McNair said, I'm not going to say it because obviously he got in trouble. But
he just said what the inmates are going to run the asylum.
Yeah,
right?
and even
wasn't that bad.
Cowherd even brought this up. And I'm going to bring up Cowherd again because he brought it up yesterday on the radio when I was driving. And he said, employees will never take over the employers. Okay? So these guys, you have to have some type of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Because now I'm getting distracted because you're laughing and this is on. I'm losing my train of thought. You have to have some kind of accountability. When you sign a contract, play your contract. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, and I get it. That's fair. You can say that you can play your contract out, blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. But these guys have these agreements for a reason. I mean, he's playing on a rookie deal, and he's playing at that level, and he's just getting, 300-plus touches a year, right?
Right.
I mean, the dude's getting beaten to the ground, had an injury, all of this. All he wanted was some more money. All you got to do, and I think his contract was up, right? And that's why they franchise tagged him so they could get another year of it.
Well, they tagged him 2 years in a row.
Right. So they could.
Yeah. So okay.
That's what I'm saying. So he played his contract out. They didn't want to pay him more money, and they just kept running him into the ground. So that's why this year he took a stand and said, "No, I'm not going to take 300-plus touches this year. I'm going to wait until you give me a contract." And all Pittsburgh had to do is offer him a contract. He probably would have stayed.
Right.
But he didn't. So he sat out, and now he's going to be healthy next year. And hopefully he doesn't, because a lot of guys, it seems this happens when they sit out a year or something, they get injured. Especially with ACLs, so hopefully that doesn't happen to wherever he goes.
I still think he's going to the Jets.
But getting franchise, that's why they're changing the franchise
We'll say
tag
the
rules
Ravens.
for this reason. Because getting franchise tagged a couple of years in a row, no, I doubt he'll go to the AFC North. I don't think he will.
He might just to piss him off.
It might. I mean, Baltimore's a running team, and if he goes to Baltimore, he could show the Pittsburgh
Lamar's
too.
going to be the running. Quarterback in it.
Yeah, but Le'Veon isn't the.
No, they're run first. So yes, Lamar's going to run the ball.
But Le'Veon is a better, not just runner, but also in the swing.
He's a dual threat. He's a dual threat. I understand.
Don't get me wrong, though. You put that with an option
With Lamar? Oh, my God. It'd be insane.
With
but
Lamar,
you know where he's not going?
Fantastic.
He's not going to Cleveland. And
Oh, no.
He's not going to Dallas either.
he's not going to Dallas, no.
Not
Wouldn't
going
that be
to-
sick, though? Le'Veon and Zeke.
And Zeke, yeah. That'd be good. Then Dak could just dump it off all day. That'd be perfect.
Here, Zeke, you throw it.
Yep.
All right, so the next thing. So a transition tag. So it's a less expensive but isn't used as much because it does not extract compensation from the new team. NFL teams have employed it 6 times since the CBA was signed in 2011. Most recently in 2018, Chicago Bears cornerback Kyle Fuller. They matched the 4-year, $56 million offer sheet Fuller signed with the Green Bay Packers. The only advantage of the transition tag is that it allows the original team to match an offer. It has sometimes been used to judge the market value of a pending free agent. This year, there have been some indications that the Pittsburgh Steelers will use it on Le'Veon Bell, but obviously we know that's not going to happen. So it's pretty interesting. So how are tag numbers determined? I was afraid you would ask this question. So they're position specific. So here's the math. I'm not going to go into the math. So I'll just tell you what it does for people. So for quarterbacks, for non-exclusive franchise tag numbers, this is last year's amounts. They haven't given out 2019 yet. So quarterbacks, $23,189,000. Running back, $11,866,000. Wide receiver, $15,982,000. Tight end, $9,846,000. Lineman, $14 million. Defensive end, $17. Defensive tackle, $13. Linebacker, $14. Cornerback, $14. Safety, $11. Punter, kicker, almost $5 million. So running backs are the lowest, if you don't count tight end or kicker, next to safety, which is kind of crazy. So if you talk about some other things with tags, so after a tag's applied, it depends on the interest level between both sides. The player can sign the tender at any time. A decision that fully guarantees the salary and immediately places all of it on the current year's salary cap charge. This can increase the player's leverage in a tight cap situation. The team will be motivated to negotiate a longer-term deal to lower the cap number. That decision can be backfire if the team is comfortable with a high cap number. The leverage in this case would side with a player who remains unsigned as camp looms. So in either event, the sides have until July 15th to agree on a multi-year extension. Can a team rescind a tag is a question. What do you think?
I would hope not.
Yes, the Carolina Panthers did just that to cornerback Josh Norman in 2016 when they determined they wouldn't be able to sign him to a long-term extension. Can a tagged player be traded?
Yes.
Yes. In fact, there have been reports that the Philadelphia Eagles could do just that with Nick Foles, like we talked about. How many players will be tagged in 2019? Decisions each year based on unique current details, but there has average of how many players tagged each year
I would say it's got
over the past 6 years.
13.
I was going to say half, so I'd say 16.
6. 6.3. What players could be tagged
Should
this
be
year?
6.9.
So what players could be tagged this year? There's a couple. So Dallas. There's somebody on here from Dallas. Who do you think they
DeMarcus
tagged?
Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Correct. The Chiefs.
Tyreek?
D. Ford. Texans.
Did
DeAndre?
Jadeveon.
Jadeveon Clowney. Correct. Seattle Seahawks.
Russell?
Frank Clark. Patriots.
Tom Brady.
Trent Brown. the Giants.
Yeah, somebody on defense.
Safety.
Landon Collins.
Correct.
That's who it is. That's who Dallas is looking at. I knew it.
Is it?
Yep, that's what it was.
All right,
Sorry.
from the Giants. That'd be interesting. New England Patriots again. Actually, 2 more Patriots. Defensive end this time.
Van Noy.
Claiborne.
Trey Flowers. Atlanta Falcons. D-tackle.
Oh, I can't think of his name.
I have no idea.
I'll give you a hint. J-E-double-F. That's not him. J-A-double-R.
Grady Jarrett.
Yes.
Yeah.
And kicker from the Patriots.
Gostowski.
Gostowski.
They'll get rid of him.
Not necessarily so. 38 let's see. There was 38 franchise tags extended over the last several years. 17 signed multi-year deals. 21 did not. So that's interesting. Le'Veon Bell, we talked about it. Forget the $14 million tag he had and missed out on because since he went the entire year without being paid. Assuming he enters free agency, which he will, he's at very least must find an offer large enough to make up for the base value of the multi-year Steelers contract he turned down during negotiations. It's reported that it would have guaranteed him $33 million over the first 2 seasons that he turned down from the Steelers. That's $16.5 million a year. I don't think he's getting that. He might. I think the Jets have money to spend, so we'll see. And by the way, Stat Guy just gave me who he's taking this week.
Oh, good for him. In golf and NASCAR?
Yes.
All right, what does he got?
Brooks, Kopika,
Kopika.
Koepka, and Kurt Busch. So I'm going to type that
Kurt
in.
Busch too, huh?
Yep.
Son of a bitch. You should have told him he should take vacant again. That's a good one for him. Ooh, there's no E on that. Come on now.
Yeah, there is.
No, it's not. It's S.
Oh, not Brooks. Sorry, I was looking at that.
Oh, yeah, no,
That
sorry.
was an
I was
accident.
talking. My bad. I should have said Brooks. Yeah, I was talking about Brooks.
Yeah, I was like, Koepka, that's right.
No, it's Kopika.
Kurt Busch.
Bush.
All right, so
All right.
back to this. We don't know what the cost is going to be for players in 2019, so there's a lot more facts about what franchise tags are. I'm going to throw this out again to Kevin Seifert, NFL Nation, ESPN put this out, so pretty interesting. Dan Orlovsky, I think we remember him, he breaks down whether, and you can watch this video on here too, Le'Veon Bell would be a better fit for Houston or Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Green Bay doesn't have the money. It wouldn't happen. They can't with Rodgers. and then Houston. I mean, you could, but your salary cap's going to suck if you got to keep Watt. Watson's going to get paid. DeAndre's got to get paid.
Did you
sounds like Clowney's gone.
Did you see Le'Veon's tweet earlier today?
No.
Mm-mm.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last.
Nice.
I hope they tag him now, just to be dicked. Oh, gosh.
Steelers are going to go from powerhouse to a shit show here soon. Roethlisberger doesn't have much left in him. He can really stand.
He's maybe got 1 year. I think he's done after this year.
Brown gone. Bell gone.
He wants to sign another contract, but I don't. No.
Who?
2 years tops. Big Ben.
Roethlisberger?
Medium Ben.
Yeah, that won't happen.
What do you think? So, if you had to guess now, where does Le'Veon go?
I'm sorry. I'm going to say Ravens. I'm going to say the Ravens.
Right now, they're number 1 on the list.
Man.
Baltimore's a run-first team, and I think they could
Tampa's
use
2,
it.
Houston's 3, Oakland's 4. It's funny to not see the Jets up there.
I know. That is really odd.
The Jets might very well sign Bell.
is.
They're a contender to do so, but they wouldn't be good for his fantasy prospects since they have a suspect offensive line.
Oh, gosh.
Doesn't matter when you can swing them out.
Oh, this was fantasy football best destinations for him. Baltimore won. That's why he came out.
I'm going to say the Jets. I think he's going to go to the Jets. I do.
I totally agree. Brandon, you sticking with the Ravens?
Yeah, I want to stick with the Ravens.
That would be fun.
It would be interesting, that's for sure.
It would be fun for
For
him.
Cleveland still would be
They
able
would
to catch a break.
Boo the shit out of him.
They would.
I hope that he'd do it just for when they go back to Pittsburgh. That would be great.
Yes.
I'm telling you, yeah, you got Pittsburgh twice a year. I mean, because, he's not going to go to Cincy or Cleveland.
All right,
I
so
don't think so, at least.
final thoughts here and discussion. I have several things here, but we got rid of Duke and we got all that taken care of. So what happens with Anthony Davis? We briefly hit on it. Where do you think he ends up?
Boston.
LA still.
I'm hoping Boston, but I think LA. I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right. Did you hear this thing about lightsaber dueling?
No.
So I had to save this. So the French government. Oh, Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Do you not know who Matt Riddle is?
I do, but didn't he sign like a year and a half ago?
Yeah, he's been there for a while. Well, he became big. No, he didn't.
He looks
signed
like Bret
3 or
Hart
4
right here,
months
dude.
ago.
Oh.
Look at this. Look at his face when they put the camera back. He looks like Bret Hart here.
He does.
That's creepy, man. That is creepy.
Like a high Bret Hart.
Yeah.
That's what he's probably going for.
So anyway, lightsaber dueling is recognized as a competitive sport by French Fencing Federation. So strikes to the head or body are worth 5 points, arms or legs 3 points, on hands 1 point. The first to 15 points on the high score after 3 minutes wins. Lightsaber dueling.
These for the nerds.
Yeah.
Nerds.
I'm busy that day.
So another thing here, I want to know your thoughts on this. I read this and I laughed hysterically. Hear me out. The winner of the AAF championship plays the winner of the XFL. The winner of that game plays the NFL team that finishes with the worst record. If that team loses, they get demoted to the lesser league, and the team that beats them gets promoted to the NFL.
Yeah,
I saw that. That is funny.
Do you think that? We know it won't
That'll
happen.
never happen, but that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Do you
Who
think?
has the first pick this year? Arizona?
Yeah.
Cardinals would still destroy whoever they played, though. It would be great, though. It would be funny.
So do you think that ever in the future, you know how you have the International League and AAA play each other in baseball, do you think that would ever happen with XFL and AAF, where they play their champions would play each other?
I mean, maybe they get to the point where they also just, form together as a league, too. 2 separate leagues. They just form to make a bigger league, and then they have 16 teams instead of 8.
Or they just have 8 either side, and the winner plays the winner on that side. It'd be a fun thing to do.
I mean, it is Vince. He's wild.
Could be like the AFL and NFL back in the 60s. They just merge one day.
All right. So, anything else?
Not on that topic. Nope.
That's really all I have for you guys. So I don't know if you have anything else you want to discuss.
Nope.
No, I don't think so. Not on
I think we're
sports.
good.
Yeah.
All right. So this was a fun one. We made it quicker than I thought we would. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Good popcorn.
Bear's a nerd.